Okay, here we are. Chatty, Kathi, and Nicole. Okay,
Hello.
Nicole, welcome, of course. And we just got together. Literally compared, like, can we say this? Can we say this? Right? That's it. Everything else I wanted really pure for all y'all on this call. I'm not at a loss for words. I have too many words. I want to be really, really pure in my intention and with who I am with all of you. I am not, I'm not just excited. Last night was that was a different timeline. That was a different, it reminded me of my years growing up. I was the one that I didn't care. I didn't care. I'd be excited. I would just do it. Okay, if this will help people, let me, I'll sign me up. Right? If somebody's going to get in trouble, I'll take care of it. I'll come in between people getting in trouble. Anything to help be that in between. That was right. Last night, nobody was getting in trouble. We were getting information and intel and off the chart. Like, seriously, Nicole, and you could feel with me because you're a feeler when it comes to me. You and I were like, and I go, I gotta tell my people. I've got to come on. I have to share. I have to. And it was like, I didn't know what I could share yet. I just knew in my soul, you people, we have grown together. We have learned, we have evolved. I'm not the original Chatty Kathi that started way back when. I don't even remember meeting Nicole. It was so long ago. We have evolved in different ways. Those of you that are watching this recording, I don't even know who you all are, and that doesn't matter. My excitement over the news and I'm going to turn it to Nicole in just a minute, that this is not my role. And this is a learning I have to share. I was the rebel. You guys all remember my stories, right? If it's a rule, I got to break it. If I'm not supposed to, then I've got to figure out a way to do it, because that's what I do. I do what I'm not supposed to do behind the curtain, right? I've learned a huge lesson recently. This isn't like long standing. There's a hierarchy, not just in the military. Nicole can speak to that. This is her background. She's more structured, that's why she's got her place that's so important. And I'm learning mine. There is a hierarchy spiritually, there's a hierarchy, and I am accepting it. Being submitted to a hierarchy doesn't equal abuse. And that's been my past healing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can learn, I can submit, I can be in alignment, and it doesn't equal punishment.
Right.
That's
It's
beautiful.
love.
Yes. So anyway, the purpose of this recording, probably, and it's hard to talk outside of the here and now. As far as I can tell right now, this will probably be the last time I do a drum roll and say, come on. I think we're out of time. I think it's over. If you don't have ears to hear, you haven't heard the trumpet call to come to hear this, if it wasn't for you, it's probably not going to happen. And that's why I had that sense of urgency last night. Today, my excitement has turned to awe. I blew the whistle. It's like the enemy camp knew, and I willingly, I'm gonna call my troops together. The The chosen are going to hear the call.
Yes.
And I let the enemy know willingly. And I have been tested to my core. My resolve and my true spirit has been tested. And I stand by it at any cost. What Nicole is going to share, the mission that we have been called to, is absolutely my soul contract. It is my blueprint, and it shocks me. I'm in awe. I am in awe that I could be chosen to be part of this. With that, Nicole, I'm going to listen because I have no idea how you're going to share what you're going to share. This was my part. And I hope I've served you all well and you can feel that love.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
A lot of this, again, is not really scripted. It's definitely divinely led. I'm gonna, remind everyone we've been on this journey for quite a while. Some for decades, some for months. For us, it's been years. And we all started in a position where we were in awe of hearing of what could possibly occur with a wealth transfer. And then you get version A, version B, version C, how that's going to go down. And, over time, we've definitely learned who we should listen to and who we shouldn't. And ultimately, for me, and I think I speak for Kathi too, we whittled that down to we can only trust source. Because no one knew. Because it was divinely led. So there are some things that have merged, that have come together, that we can see now what was being alluded to back then. And so some of the truths that I'll let you know right up front is, before we'd always said, it's going to come down to your intentions. So a wealth transfer to someone who has poor intentions, who has historically been in service to self and not in service to others, that wealth transfer is not going to look the same for them as it would for someone who is good intentions, who is in alignment with source, and it lives their life in service of others. That is the hallmark difference. So that appealed to me because I've been in service of others my entire life. I also didn't subscribe to every theory that came around discussing how the RV would take place, because some of them in my, ex-military and nurse, and extremely strong faith in God, not any religion mind, it wasn't conceivable to me. The things that they were saying was just not conceivable. I just couldn't wrap my brain around it. So now we know. Okay, now we've had some amazing revelations, and they do come from source. Now, source has a team, right? Source creator, God, the ultimate, most high. He's always had a team. We have come to find out in the last 2 weeks that we are team members. We are team members on a plan that was devised long, long ago. Okay. Now, I've had many lives. This is the only life I have actual memory of yet. But in previous lives, I've had a similar role. I have been a second in command, so to speak, a best friend, a alliance member to a very, very strong leader. That leader soul and my soul originated back in the Greek times, and that is Lord Poseidon. Lord Poseidon is a true commander and a true leader for Source Creator. that Lord Poseidon is someone that we are in contact with on a daily basis. That was part of our soul contract, that in this point in time in our life, we would have that contact and we would get information, we would find out our mission, and things would start to come together. And they have every single day. We have put major pieces of what has been our life together and made sense of the chaos. Now, whittle that down to the financial part of it. It really wasn't a focus whenever we started to discover who we were and our lineages in the past, and how does that feed into our mission for God now. We really weren't focused on anything RV anymore. It had paled in comparison to the information we were getting from Source for our mission for this life. But recently, as my evolvement, my ascension has progressed, one of my abilities is claircognizant. I know stuff. I know stuff like clairvoyants see things. They see things without context of knowing. I know things without the context of seeing. I have answers. I may not know the context of the entire conversation, but I give a piece of factual information to Lord Poseidon, and he has the history, and he pulls it in, and he speaks to the 72 angels. He speaks to Source. He speaks to Archangel Michael. He knows how to use that information. Now, Lord Poseidon is leading the charge and empowering the charge to take down the dark side of the financial system. And a lot of that has already been done, and that's recent history. I can tell you with 100% certainty that there are a few things in the digital currency world that are 100% of the light. That's a big question, right? What's good and what's bad? When we were developing our lobster wallets, that was the big question nobody could ever answer. Is this good or is this bad? You know, is this a scam or is it not? Well, I now have from Source the good, stellar lumens, XLM, the quantum financial system, USDC, so that's US digital coin. All are of the light, 100%. That is what you can take assurance on. So we have that in our stellar wallets, right?
Okay.
Another key thing to know is stellar. We were always told, well, why is this called stellar? And where did this come from? Well, we were told that it was a certain space race that had developed this digital currency system, this way of having a blockchain technology that had full disclosure and eliminated the bad guys.
Right.
Part of that was true and part of that was not true. And that's not for me to disclose right now, but I can tell you that it was divinely created and it is meant for the greater good. So that ties into what we were told back about our intentions. So now that the dark has been taken care of, and that is on a multi-dimensional level. So that energy has been taken care of 3 levels up above us. It is now on the 2nd level, and then it'll come down to our level, the physical level, and it is almost here. That's why time is short. And that energy will definitely be felt. So now we have what's called as a vibrational currency unit, a VCU. So a VCU doesn't translate dollar to dollar because it's a different way of quantifying how much your energy, your karma, and your intent is worth. Okay. So if you're Mr. Smith and you own a big business, you're going to have your financial worth is printed out, right? All your assets, everything minus your liabilities, and they come up with a score.
Right.
Determine what kind of business person you are based on this score, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that opens doors for you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is the Earth 2.0 version of that. So this is like your credit score, but this is based on real life events. So someone of ill intent, someone who does not do for others and only does for themselves,
Mm-hmm.
and that has bad karma, their VCU is going to be very low. Someone who has service of others predominantly, they live in their faith, they're in alignment with source creator, they work in service of others, they listen, they have empathy, they don't bring a lot of bad karma to the table, they're going to have a higher VCU. So that is again where the value of a person is based on their actions. It's based on their intent of their actions. Does that make sense?
Okay. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. This is some of this I have not heard yet. Like, you guys know me, detail is not my strong suit usually. This ties in though, because who has been able to tell whenever I'd ask questions, putting together the wallets, anytime I'd ask questions about whatever appointment for the RV, nobody could say the real value. Nobody could talk rates. Nobody could, right?
Right.
Makes total sense because that's the missing link right there.
And it fluctuates. Okay. So, as mine was fluctuating in the hundreds of millions yesterday and has continued to do so today. And I'm sure there'll be questions of, well, what's my VCU? Well, it's not something you're going to be able to look up unless you have a connect to a God. And honestly, you may be able to get an information from your higher self if you have that ability. But the take home point is that your VCU is based on you. So when you live in alignment with source creator, God, not God of the underworld. We're not having any misconceptions here. We are of the light 100%.
Pure.
I'm not giving information about any gray areas here. This is strictly like, if you have not decided what side of the fence you're on, please do not look for a large transfer of wealth. It's not going to happen for you. Okay. If you're still making choices, if you're still thinking thoughts, I have seen this firsthand. If you are thinking a thought that is negative polarity, that means it is in your service, but not someone else's service. It is a negative thought against another human being. Your VCU goes down and your energy affects that person, and God does not like it.
It's all fluid. It's all changing, and it's based on our free
will. So if you've
right?
never been motivated before a day in your life to commit to being of the light, to living in alignment with source creator, living for others, having compassion, having kindness, not being judgmental. This is not about what you can do with money. This is not about what your plans are. This is not about what your projects do. This has nothing to do with this. This is who you are inherently inside.
Exactly.
Okay? Because when you are inherently all those things that God says, you are of the light, you are in alignment with our mission, you are going to always act in the greater good. Right. Then it doesn't matter what your project is, because it's going to be for the greater good, and you will be rewarded justly for that. Everything that you want, you will have because of your intent. I cannot stress that enough.
God, it feels like the reading of our book of life.
Yeah.
With no judgment, it's just strictly the authentic, true, pure,
Yes.
nothing, no makeup,
Right.
nothing to make it better, nothing to make it spruce up or make it sound different than it
Yes.
really, truly is.
Yes. And as that energy comes in, I can feel it. Like
Oh,
Kathi, you know what my frequency is. I feel it literally through my entire body, and I have felt it since this morning
yeah,
because of the events that took place last night and
yeah,
yesterday.
yeah,
They are profound.
yes.
They are profound. Um, mindset. Mindset is a big one. Okay, we have all been raised in the MK followed by the ultra mentality, right? We didn't know that we were being conditioned to think that we were not worthy, to think that we should not do well for ourselves to a degree, and also do well for others.
Mm,
Okay, we've been conditioned, but we've also been conditioned to live in an ego, and the ego has to stop. I have zero ego, zero. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying I had an ego death from all my life experiences. I had to go back and attune for that. Okay. So I no longer feel like I need to be boastful about something that I have or any of that. Now, when the good that are in alignment get their transfer of wealth, the most significant thing is that you just know people that are deserving will be justly rewarded, and people that aren't will not be. And it is not up to them or you, it's up to source. Okay? That's been set long ago. Long ago. The tool to bring this forward, being monetary, is brilliant because money makes the world go round. And it's not money that is the root of all evil. It is the love of money that is the root of all evil.
right.
And what people do for the love and the power that comes with money that stems the evil. That being said, when we become multi-billionaires, it is not going to be something that we're flaunting. It
Right.
is not going to be something that we're going to be buying all the things and buying, that it's not going to be about that, because it's not about that.
Right.
It's about elevating humanity. It's about fulfilling our mission. If you don't know your mission yet, we can help you find that out. When you know your mission, I guarantee you all the material stuff pales in comparison. I had plans of buying a really expensive car. I had plans of buying a really expensive property. I don't care about any of that now because I know my mission, and it is so astounding.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
That's where I want every bit of my energy to go toward.
Yeah.
So
Because our projects don't even come close.
no, they
It's like,
don't.
seriously, the picture of what we have been called to is unbelievable. The art, and I had not just one project. Those of you that know me, it's
Yeah.
like, go ahead.
Yeah. And that's the beauty, that the people that are justly rewarded will give a ripple effect that will instantaneously change the polarization of the entire planet. Instantaneous.
It
And
already
that is the
started
key.
last night. It already started
Yes.
last night. That's what
Yes.
the drum roll was meant for.
Yes.
Because I could feel in my heart, all of us could, the lack of hope, the frustration, the who do I trust? Who do I listen to?
Yeah.
Who's the real leader? Everyone is infiltrated. All
Yes.
of the gurus have been compromised. The dark side got feelers into every single person,
Yes.
everyone. And it
And
was
it was
like
all
last night, it came from that spirit inside that prompted people to respond.
right.
I have a
And
good burn forever.
now, knowing what we know that the dark side, fear, they love fear. They feed off of fear. They feed off of anxiety. They feed off of complacency. They take advantage of that. That is a world that they thrive in.
Yes.
What if we, as a collective, as an RV collective, what have we been living in? We've been living for a crumb, a little crumb of maybe knowledge, a little crumb of something that might actually be real intel. So we've been living in fear, but we've been having the hopium, and we've been anxious, and we've been going week to week and Friday to Friday and Tuesday to Tuesday. And
Yeah.
that's exactly how they wanted it.
And waiting.
Always
watching
waiting.
it play. I was doing the same thing, watching it play out. Watching
Always.
to see the movie supposedly had already been scripted, right? All that
Yeah.
stuff.
And there's all, the thing is that they have to tell us what they're doing without telling us what they're doing.
Mhm.
So saying that it's a movie, it's not really a movie in the sense that everything is the ending is known.
It's decided.
The ending is not known.
Right.
But the playbook has been there. And so they had plays that they were supposed to execute, and they all did for a price. And it is of their soul more than anything. They got paid, but it was that they sold their soul to do it. Now, anybody in communication with your higher self, the first thing you learn how to do is determine whether the people in your circle have a soul. Are they of the light? Are they false light? Are they dark? Are they witches? There's a lot of witches.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I had
Now,
no idea.
this was completely foreign to me this time last year.
Mhm.
I 100% learned all of this by experience in the last 12 months. But I am here to tell you, it is all 100% true.
Absolutely.
My entire mission is truth. And my mission has been validated by Source Creator. I have been elevated to a point where I am told when to make a video, and I am told basically what is going to be in the video by Source Creator.
Mhm.
Period. When I say I'm divinely led, I can't mean that anymore. I am divinely led. I go through bullet points of what I feel in my spirit or things that I should to speak about. And my higher self says yes or no.
Mhm.
And it's very clear. The message, the clear cognizant messages that I get, I know what I need to say. This is not Nicole talking specifically. This is Nicole talking through, Source talking through Nicole.
Right.
And I bring it to you because I've been there, because I am one of you. I have been waiting and waiting and wanting to facilitate change for our world, and not knowing how I was going to do it or when I was going to do it, or how, who to believe, all like every one of you watching this. But if you made it this far, you're meant to hear this entire message. You're meant to stay to the end and get more answers to your questions that you deserve.
Exactly.
Let's see if I missed anything. As soon as an individual's situation allows for the influx of physical wealth, it will happen. There isn't anything that anybody needs to do besides get yourself in alignment with Source Creator. Know that you are of the light, living in the light, living the truth, standing up for it, not being wishy-washy on the fence. Know your intent.
Exactly.
As soon as you're in alignment, you're going to be justly rewarded for your faith.
Tell me when we're ready for actionable steps.
I'm just checking.
Sure.
The last thing I will say, and I just recently got the approval to say this, Lord Poseidon possesses all tools needed to defeat the dark entities that have been holding quantum financial system and the wealth transfer at bay. And there has been a definite allegiance on the dark side to do that. And he possesses all the tools, has the ability and has used them. Now we're ready for your
Okay,
token.
now my excitement has kicked in. I'm still in awe. I am still in unbelievable gratitude. But okay, as you were talking, Nicole, I could just feel, I feel like a pressure cooker. Like it's just, like I've just got to spout off.
I know.
Right?
I know.
You could feel it brewing.
Yeah.
So I've been getting all the confirmation of what Lord Poseidon did. I can't see the tools he uses. That's not my, I'm not all Claire or whatever. No. And I don't have all those and I don't need them. I've got more feeling than any 12 of you put together. I can feel it. And now my message thread on Telegram, literally, as Lord Poseidon would eliminate one certain group of people that have been holding back this quantum financial RV, I'm telling you, my thread would blow up. People would start sending me messages. Oh, look at this. Look at this from the news. Look at this on regular media. Look at this happen. This just happened in this country. Oh, look, this stock just blew. All this confirmation came through. It's like, oh my gosh. So it is a fact. It starts in that spirit dimension where Lord Poseidon is. He is there. It is a battle that we can't see. The purpose is, and this is where the actionable steps come in, because we as human are based with free will.
Yes.
We have to choose consciously, not just by default, not just because of your lineage of ministers or lineage of all these spiritual people. Means nothing. It is an individual, not you and your husband, not you and your family. It is an individual choice we have to make to receive any blessing. It is one-on-one.
Yes.
And this is where the actionable steps come in. It starts with that. It starts your RV. This is not going to be an APB that comes out across all Telegram. All people will get an email with a notification saying, okay, it's time. Guess what? I saw exactly how the RV happens last night. The minute a choice is made, the minute in the blink of an eye, seriously, in that twinkle moment, it happens. It comes through to this dimension. Yes. My RV is already scheduled. And it doesn't matter if it's foreign currency. It doesn't matter if it's digital wallet. It is based on my free will.
Yes.
My choice.
Yes. Our choices have never had more effect on our life. Our choices have always had an effect on our life. Yeah. But right now is the precipice of those choices.
This is choice moment. Right now. When you're hearing this, and you're free to choose. You don't have to do this. You can exit, you can delete, whatever you do. Or you can say, I'm in. I can feel it in my heart. I feel this. I don't even know what they're talking about. Lord, who? And all the mission and all the, don't care. Don't care. I can feel it inside. What do I do now? Those are the people that we're talking to. And there will be, I'm not exactly positive. I haven't checked for conference because again, in the spirit dimension, things change so quickly. And I don't want to say anything out of line. There will be a next step, either in the comment section of this recording, or it will be in the description of this recording. I don't know it at this moment that we're doing the recording. If it will be a group that you join, if it will be a link that you fill out a form, it will be controlled. I promise you that. It will not be open to any evil shenanigans, period. And there is a level of protection that Lord Poseidon has already been blessing people that he knows are going to be joining. People, he can already tell, he knows who are called. And there is a level of protection. Nicole, what is that called? The Solomon something.
Seal, the Solomon seal of treasure.
Okay, there is a level of protection And it is only for people that say, it's me. I am called to this. I am called to this RV. This is for me.
Not even the ones that say it. Yeah, you can say it, but you have to be it.
It has to, yeah.
It has to be in you. Your true intent is known because Source Creator knows. So I'm sorry about my dogs.
That's okay. They can feel it. Nala, I think she's out cold somewhere. Anyway, so these are actionable steps. This is not kicking the can, and it's not anything where, oh, sorry, things changed and we don't know. Oh, it's still up in the air. No, this is very definite. This is very actionable, and it's based on your choice.
I'm going to add a couple things. When it comes to the VCU, just as an example, Klaus Schwab's VCU is 0.
Good.
It's 0 because he's a really bad person.
Yes.
He has a whole lot of currency in his possession currently, but he will not be benefiting at all in any way, shape, or form. He will be losing. Okay. So that's one example. Several of the professional athletes, theirs is very low. Very low. It depends on, again, who you are, not what you do, right. Not that kind of stuff, not kind of business that you're in. It's just not about that. And when it comes to following up, you don't have to understand all the concepts of what I've spoken of, because I get it. It's a lot. But please know that your work is basically done as far as projects and forms and all of that. Yeah. No, I do know that our work that we've done to this point is not going to be futile, and that once everything transfers over, it's probably going to be a really good idea to have a trust. Wink, wink. But other than that, your work is done. Don't turn around and be like, I have to scrap all this, or I have to undo all this. Don't. You just sit back with the peace in your heart that you're in good intent, alignment with God, Source Creator, and that you're in service of others, and you will be rewarded. Okay, that is a take-home message.
Those of you that heard the last message that I did, talking about the healing of my soul, all the spiritual, the things I had no awareness of about my imposter higher self, all the shenanigans, I had no idea. What I went through with my soul healings and the activations that have happened inside me is available for all y'all. And that is part of what you will be able. It's not a requirement. Those of you who sincerely, money will not, it wouldn't have benefited me. If we had had the external RV the way that I was taught, you guys were taught, if that happened 3 months ago, all the money in the world wouldn't have mattered. Literally, none of it. Because my vessel, who I was, even though I've been fun and always honest and always transparent, none of that would have translated to any amount of money benefiting at all. With that in mind, because I raised my hand and said, I just want to be clear. I want direct connect with Source. I want to be able to feel in my heart of hearts what's true. I want that activation for me, not as a group, just for me. That completely changed everything in my RV. It changed everything. Now God can bless me. Yeah. Now he can trust me. He knows the purity of my intention. That is also what will happen for all y'all. Even until you can get completely all the hooks taken out and all the whatever, everybody has a different, their path is different. The heart of heart connection. When you raise your hand and say, whatever it takes, I'm in. That puts you right there. will break the shackles that's holding back the RV for the collective.
Yeah.
As we do it and we align individually, collectively, those chains will be off. That is what Lord Poseidon, that is what Source Creator cannot and will not overstep our free will.
That's right. It's about free will.
Individual.
We are in control
Yes.
of the RV. We are in control of saving ourselves.
Yep.
100%.
Yep. It's not waiting for Trump. It's not waiting for any external. It is me. Me. It's all about my choice. Anyway, so probably, Nicole, help me know if this is correct. Next step is, if it's you, respond. Take a stand. If it's in the comment, go to it. If it's in the description box of this recording, follow it. It will be like a Hansel and Gretel breadcrumb. As you do this, next step will be revealed. As you choose, there'll be a response next step based on your choice. Would that be an accurate?
Yeah, and I think that coming into our Telegram arena would be good, just because for ease of communication.
Mm-hmm.
And there is, I'll put this disclaimer out there. There is no need to give any wallet identifiers or anything like that. This is just who you are. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So
yeah,
that's
nothing, no disclosure of anything where it could be
no,
accepted at all.
it remains yours. It remains yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything
I think we hit it.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
I
It
know.
feels so good. I
Bye.
just want to give like a big virtual hug to everybody. It's like I want to hug Lord Poseidon. Nicole, if you were right here, I would just grab you. And all y'all, I hope you can just feel it exude. It's like we are right here, literally right here, right here.
Yep. Right here.
And it's not something that we need to broadcast. Join the group where it can be controlled and we can, have our protective, like our, what's that called? That Faraday cage. Like we can all just be wrapped in this.
We don't want anyone to become targets, and the people that have been controlling the information, the lack of information, the lack of flow of information,
information
will definitely do that.
Yeah, I've already been in the shame group.
Yeah,
but I mean,
but look at you now.
I know. I just am so grateful. I'm part of the end game. It's like, and if you guys need help with trust, we've got the steps.
Yeah.
I've got the steps right here and I'm sharing it. It's open sesame. It's open for everybody as we're directed.
That's
anyway,
right.
Anything else, Nicole? That's it.
No.
Okay, you guys, I love y'all. Be watching. Bye.
Bye.